Hi, this is John Feller. I'm a senior manager on IBM's jStart Emerging Technologies team. Today I'm going to describe the natural language processing utility that enables users to easily create dictionaries and annotation rules via a web-based interface. So, what is the NLP utility? The NLP Utility is a web-based program for business users to annotate unstructured text documents without needing to install any client software, such as the IBM Content Analytics Studio. This utility generates a processing engine archive file. Now, a pair file can then be used within any program that makes use of the Unstructured Information Management Architecture standard, such as IBM Content Analytics or the Big Sheets component within IBM Big Insights offering, or within the open source UEMA reference implementation. What we're trying to do here is to satisfy 60 to 80% of the typical text analytics needs for business users with little to no training. So these activities include creating new dictionaries, editing or adding keywords to existing dictionaries, creating simple annotation rules such as finding keywords or entities in the same sentence or in the same paragraph, or perhaps within the same document. We also give the business user the ability to test pair files with sample text, and again, this is through a web browser interface. We would also like to deploy the pair file into IBM Content Analytics by selecting a button on a web page. Currently, this is a manual process using ICA Studio. Finally, we'd like to enable business users to leverage complex annotations developed by other text analytics modelers. So, let's take a look at a text analytics use case and see how the NLP utility could be used to easily create text analytics rules. Our IBM jStart team worked with the North Carolina State University Office of Technology Transfer staff who wanted to identify companies that would be interested in using NCSU technology assets. One particular patent owned by NCSU was for a smart inhaler device, which is a targeted drug disposition mechanism. Without going into a lot of detail, our team created a text analytics model in which we identified companies with a strong or medium inclination to license the smart inhaler technology by analyzing over 170,000 documents that we gathered from the web. We exposed the model within the IBM Content Analytics Text Miner tool, and then the OTT staff could view those documents. So how would someone create the text analytics model using the NLP utility to identify strong and medium hits within a large corpus of data? Before you see the demo, just a little more background of what I mean by strong and medium hits. NC State Office of Technology Transfer provided us with 3 dictionary lists that pertain to their smart inhaler device. The strong keyword list is comprised of keywords which, if found within a document, is strongly correlated to NC State's smart inhaler patent. They also provided us with 2 other dictionary lists, which are defined as weak keywords and generic keywords. If someone finds a keyword from the weak keyword list in the same sentence as a generic keyword, then we define that as a medium indicator. The key concept is that the OTT staff is looking for company names associated with these keywords. The relationship table of strong and medium hits is shown here. So if a company name is found in the same sentence or paragraph with a strong keyword, then we consider it as a strong hit. Now, Let's show the NLP utility in action so that we can see how this particular text analytics model was built. So here you will see the home page of the Natural Language Processing utility. On this home page, you can create a new project, you can load an existing project that you've created earlier, you can clone an existing project if you wanted to modify a existing project slightly and yet keep the original one, or you can just delete projects from a list. So let's create a brand new project. Let's call a new project NCSU test. And what we will do is create some of the new dictionaries that we described earlier. Here we have want to create a strong keyword dictionary. We also want to create a weak keyword dictionary as well as a generic keyword dictionary. Now, you can have various options. You can upload from a TXT file. You can open here, and here I have some of the words that we had described earlier in a TXT file. So that's the strong, the generic keywords as well as the weak keywords. So you can also enter in keywords by hand, and if I wanted to write in fruit names, I could go apple and banana, etc. And inflections is an option that you have, that if I wanted to find apple and apples and bananas and strawberries or whatever, I would click this inflection. So I would only have to write in a single term for an item, and it would automatically do the inflections. Alright, so anyway, we're going to upload the dictionaries from the text files that we described. So here I'm going to click weak keyword as well as the generic keyword text file. Okay, now let's move over to annotation rules. As I said earlier, that we'd like to define a medium indicator. And what I had mentioned before is that a medium indicator we're going to define as a weak keyword along with a generic keyword. Now, as you can see, it has a plus or minus. So if I wanted to add more rules, I just keep on clicking the plus sign. And so you say weak keyword, generic keyword, and other items all within perhaps the same sentence, a paragraph, or a document. So for now, I'm just going to erase these other entries, and we'll just leave it at weak keyword and generic keyword in the same sentence as a medium indicator. I'm going to also create a new annotation rule that we'll define as a medium hit. Okay, and again, what we're looking for is company names, and so I have some predefined rules that I extracted from another pair file, and these rules were more complex and were done through the ICA Content Analytics Studio. And again, there's sometimes that you'd want a professional modeler to create these rules, but once they're created, that for instance here you're finding a company, a location, or a person, then you'd want to have the business user take advantage of these predefined rules. And these predefined rules from other pair files can easily be imported into the natural language processing utility. So I'm looking for a company name and a medium indicator, and here you notice that it's using a rule that I created just earlier on this step here. So I can stack rules together. So company name and a medium indicator in the same paragraph, and as you see, we're combining rules. Medium indicator is a weak and generic keyword in the same sentence, and yet once you find that sentence, if you find it in a paragraph that contains a company name, then that will be a medium hit. So you see how things are combined. So now let's talk about strong hit. A strong hit, as we had defined, was, again, we're looking for a company name as well as a medium indicator in the same sentence. Another rule that we could do is say a company name and a strong keyword in the same sentence or paragraph, and we'll leave it at paragraph because that way it'll find both company names and strong keywords in the same paragraph and same sentence. These are all defined as strong hits. It's as simple as that. We've defined rules and we've defined dictionaries. So let's review what we've done. So we've had strong keyword dictionary, we've had a weak keyword dictionary, and a generic keyword dictionary. And we've created a few annotation rules. Now I can download this parafile that's created and then use it within ICA, or I could deploy it within IBM Content Analytics as well. But before I do that, I really want to test it to make sure that it works. So here we have test annotation rules. The parafile has been generated. Now what I can do is enter in some text in a box, and I can just type things in and then analyze the document, or I can look at a web URL and type in that URL and then use this annotation rules that I just created against that URL, or I could just simply upload a document. Now what I have here is a copy of a 10K form from the SEC for a drug company to use as an example. All I have to do is click Analyze Document, and as you can see, this test document has now been analyzed and created annotations to match the rules that we defined earlier. It found 6 company names. If I click this button right here, check mark, you'll see the 6 company names that have been annotated within the document. Within this document, there is one strong hit. It found Nectar Therapeutics, which is a company name that is found in the same sentence as a medium indicator. Let me highlight medium indicator. And as you recall, a medium indicator is a weak keyword, which is drug formulations, along with a generic keyword, which is inhaler. If this model looks good to you, you can either download the parafile or deploy it within ICA or some other UEMA-based program in order to analyze thousands of documents. If you need to make corrections for the model, you can go back to the Dictionary or Annotations tab. Let's go back to the Dictionary tab. You will notice that there is a new Edit Dictionaries icon. If you click on it, you will see that it opens up a new editable entry field where the user could add, edit, or delete keywords within this dictionary. So let's go ahead and add a new keyword here, and then all you would need to do is click Annotation Rules and then change any rules that you might have here, and then finally review. So after the review, you can download or deploy the parafile that you have made the changes to. If you would like more information about this demo, you can view the Big Data Analytics at North Carolina State University video on the IBM ET Info YouTube channel. If you would like to have more information about the NLP utility or contact us about a text analytics project, you can visit our website, the IBM jStart team, at ibm.com/jstart. Or please send us an email at jstart@us.ibm.com. Thank you.